Tyler Perry happened to Black Hollywood, and he did it by using stupid, ignorant, so-called Christian to fund all of his very homosexual behavior. He ain't Richard Smallwood. He's a whole cross-dressing weirdo. Let's just be honest. It was Black American churches that made Tyler Perry rich.
So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll.
Because I saw you at a Diddy party, Tyler. And you were having a glorious time. I spent a lot of time in Miami, and I snuck around Star Island quite a bit.
You better sit down for this one because things are looking real bad for Tyler Perry. Multiple men are now stepping up, accusing him of crossing serious lines just to hand out roles in his movies. It's being said that Tyler's been moving real similar to Diddy behind closed doors, and now people are starting to understand why his ex, Galila Bakali, walked away from him. This whole scandal is exploding right now because one of the actors from his TV show, The Oval, Derek Dixon, just hit him with a jaw-dropping $260 million lawsuit. Derek claims that Tyler forced himself on him, and when he tried to speak out, Tyler allegedly threatened to end his whole career. Derek even posted receipts, including a shocking clip where Tyler was allegedly saying things like, "When you have a big D and you hit the G spot right on these bottoms, they go crazy." That audio has people in shock. Jaguar Wright tried to warn everybody. She said Tyler was hanging out at those wild Diddy parties and messing around with men way younger than him. But nobody took her seriously. And remember when Cat Williams said Tyler was always too comfortable playing Medea because he wanted to be a woman? People laughed it off, but now it's hitting different. And don't forget Christian Keys. He once hinted that Tyler tried to get him to spread his cheeks just to land a role. That moment had fans raising eyebrows for years. This is a major shakeup, and it all started with that massive lawsuit from Derek Dixon. He's claiming Tyler used his fame and power to take advantage of young men, promising them success while doing the most disturbing things behind the scenes. Derek Dixon had a rising acting career until things allegedly took a dark turn behind the scenes. He says Tyler Perry started off friendly, but then turned creepy fast, pushing unwanted advances and threatening his career when he didn't play along. Derek first met Tyler back in 2019 during a work event at Tyler's studio in Atlanta. Things seemed professional at first, but Tyler later hit him up asking for his number, and from there, things got real personal. At first, they talked about work and the possibility of Derek landing a role, but then Tyler allegedly switched gears, steering the convo into more intimate territory. That's when Derek realized this wasn't just business anymore, and when he didn't take the bait, Tyler reportedly started getting pushy, desperate even. He began throwing TV roles at him, hoping to lure him in. Derek ended up being cast in Ruthless and The Oval, but according to him, the pressure only got worse. Tyler allegedly told him straight up, if he didn't start playing along with his sexual energy, his character was going to be killed off. The lawsuit claims Mr. Perry made it clear to Dixon that if Dixon ignored Perry or failed to engage with the sexual innuendos, Dixon's character would die in the next season. Tyler allegedly used Derek's role as leverage, saying his character Dale would stay alive only if he kept Tyler satisfied. That's messed up. Derek also says things got physical one day while they were filming on set. Tyler allegedly cornered him, pushed him up against a wall, and even choked him while asking super invasive questions like whether he was into men. These claims are wild, and if they're true, it shows a serious abuse of power. Things allegedly got way more disturbing between Tyler Perry and Derek Dixon. Derek claims Tyler once grabbed him by the throat during a heated moment and said, "Look how excited you just got." That alone had people shook. But it didn't stop there. Derek says while he was staying in Tyler's guest house, things took another wild turn. One day, Tyler allegedly walked in, saw him in just his underwear, pulled them down, grabbed his backside, and said, "Relax and just let it happen. It's not gonna hurt." That's what Derek says he was told, straight to his face. Derek says he managed to dodge the situation by switching the subject, trying to keep things cool. After that, he was done. He requested that his character be written off the show completely. He even turned down a writing job offer from Tyler, trying to cut ties altogether. But the receipts didn't stop there. Derek dropped screenshots of texts between him and Tyler was allegedly talking crazy. In one message, Tyler wrote something along the lines of, "No straight man would be going on walks with you or cooking dinner for you unless they wanted to F you. I would F you." People couldn't believe it. And now some are trying to flip the script, saying Derek only came forward because he saw Tyler getting close with other men in the industry and got jealous, especially after that viral photo of Tyler on a yacht with Mariah Carey's ex, Brian Tanaka. That image had fans speculating hard. They say that's what really pushed Derek over the edge. Word on the street is Derek thought he was Tyler's one and only, but clearly found out he wasn't the only T-twink in rotation. Folks even brought up how, before all this, Tyler was allegedly chasing after Christian Keys too. Word is Tyler only moved on to Derek because Christian Keys wasn't falling for his game, and Tyler was desperate to lock in a new twink to play sugar baby. If you remember, Christian had the whole internet buzzing a while back when he dropped a video talking about a big-time industry figure using power and influence to mess around with younger men in exchange for roles. He didn't say any names, but people were sure he was talking about Tyler Perry. And here's the thing, Christian never came back to deny it or clear it up. That silence said a lot. He even admitted he recorded conversations with this powerful man where he was being asked to do some real intimate stuff. But he says the only reason he didn't air it all out was because his brother warned him once that tape dropped, that's all the public would ever know him for.
My brother about making a declaration of my experience. What I experienced with certain powers that be that were moving inappropriately. This person was for years. He was claiming, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. Not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes, and it'll be men tempting men. I was like, well, I gotta protect me because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above.
And get this, Derek's claims about what happened at Tyler's guest house, Christian says something almost identical went down. He said one night after drinking too much Hennessy, he stumbled into his guest room, only for Tyler to walk right in after him. According to Christian, Tyler kept trying to grab at his private parts, even after he pushed him off multiple times. He said Tyler wouldn't quit and kept making moves like he couldn't take no for an answer.
I'm interested to see which peers are mad at me because it may interfere with their work. But, yeah, you got a grown man that knows that you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm bad, so I'm after a big party. Don't say what type, don't say where. I'm asleep. I'm going because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not short Hennessy's either. And this dude tries to climb in the beverage. So you spaz out, push him out, like what the get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So he's like, all right, man. All right, I'm going. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab you. He tries to shake and grab your equipment. And you spaz even more. Like, what the you doing, man? What the Oh, my bad. So you go to leave, he tries to do it again. Now, at that point, my only regret is not bringing multiple bones in this person's face.
It's wild that both men describe almost the exact same setup. Tyler using his guest house as a trap, creeping in during vulnerable moments, and trying to get handsy. These stories are sounding way too similar for comfort, and now folks are wondering how many other stories like this are still being kept quiet. Back when Christian Keys first came out with his claims, a lot of folks dragged him, calling him a liar and clout chaser, but not Jaguar Wright. She stood tall and backed him up 100%. Jaguar wasn't scared to speak on it. She said she knew Tyler could do something like that because she allegedly saw him getting wild at one of Diddy's infamous parties. And after that, word is Tyler warned every actor on his sets never to talk to Jaguar or risk getting fired on the spot.
Listen to this, guys. Show me what you think.
Actors, they're not allowed to consort with me. Because I saw you at a Diddy party, Tyler. And you were having a glorious time. I spent a lot of time in Miami, and I snuck around Star Island quite a bit. I know Christian isn't lying, but I need him to tell me what happened to my friends. And I don't care how long it's been since I talked to them. They will always be my friends. Always. Tim and Durrett and Lamont Rucker were not the same after they went on camera with Tyler Perry. Christian, I think you can tell me why.
And Tyler, if you're listening, Jaguar's still talking. In one of her fiery interviews, she came for Tyler hard. She accused him of using the church to launch his career, only to turn around and mess up Black Hollywood by creating a monopoly, putting himself at the top so he could keep all the money and do whatever he wanted behind the scenes. She even called him out for barely giving back to the church, despite using it to build his brand. Jaguar said the one time Tyler actually did donate, it was to Bishop T, who just so happens to be dealing with his own serious accusations. That connection had people raising eyebrows.
Yet, how many churches does he donate to? Because the only one I've ever seen him donate to was T.D. Powerbottom's Jake Church. And they both attended the freak-offs, as brethren. Amen. Push the baby out.
Okay.
That's what happened to Black Hollywood. They allowed the Wayans to become gatekeepers and move people like Robert Townsend out of the way. That's what happened to Black Hollywood. They let...
Jaguar also hinted that there's a bigger agenda being pushed behind the scenes, though she didn't drop names in that moment. Still, one thing's for sure, Jaguar is not a fan of Tyler Perry, and after everything that's come out recently, that dislike has only grown stronger. She hasn't said anything yet about this latest lawsuit, but best believe it's only a matter of time before she unleashes something nasty. Could be days, could be hours. And when she does, you already know the tea's gonna be boiling. While all this unfolds, the internet's been buzzing with hot takes. One user straight up said, "Not shocked at all. Tyler Perry has been rumored to mess with his male co-stars for decades. Finally, someone has the courage and integrity to not be bought off and take it to court." That comment had people snapping in agreement. Another chimed in saying, "I see, Christian Keys could have walked away with that $260 million too, if he stood on business." He said Tyler assaulted him as well. "I believed Christian, but he backed down. Guess Tyler offered him more roles and cut him a check." Phew! People are not holding back. But here's where things get even messier, because now folks are wondering who else might have taken hush money. Social media is digging deep, calling out other actors who've worked with Tyler over the years and suddenly vanished or switched up out of nowhere. People are putting two and two together, asking if some of these stars were also approached the way Derek and Christian claimed they were, but chose to stay quiet in exchange for fame or a fat check. Some insiders are even whispering that there were private NDAs flying left and right behind the scenes. Like anytime someone got too close or tried to speak up, a legal document and a little bonus hit their lap to keep mouths shut. And considering Tyler's got major power in the industry, some say it wouldn't be hard for him to make or break careers with just one phone call. Now fans are side-eyeing every celeb who's ever been in Tyler's circle, especially the ones who went from starring in his projects to suddenly going MIA. One viral post said, "Notice how all these young, fine actors pop up in his shows and then disappear? Either they got out or they got bought." Meanwhile, others are calling for a full investigation, not just into Tyler, but into the entire system that allows these power moves to happen unchecked. Folks are saying, if this is all true, there's no way he pulled it off alone. Where were the producers, the crew, the managers? One user asked. Somebody else had to know what was going down. This story isn't just about Tyler anymore, it's unraveling into something way bigger, but now I gotta hear from you. What do you think about Tyler Perry getting hit with this massive lawsuit over these serious claims? Do you believe Derek's story? And was Tyler really the one Christian Keys was hinting at all along? The pieces are starting to fit, but I want to know how y'all see it. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't hold back. This whole situation has the internet on fire, and the drama just keeps piling up. Is Tyler about to face real consequences, or is this all gonna get swept under the rug like so many other Hollywood scandals? And don't forget to check out this other messy video right here, because baby, the tea doesn't stop at Tyler. There's a lot more going down in the industry, and you don't want to miss it. If you made it this far, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to keep up with all the latest mess, drama, and exclusive updates. I'm bringing you the raw truth every time, so stay locked in. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.